Hello. In this demo, we present a tool that we have developed in IBM to facilitate change impact analysis. The goal of this tool is to help developers to get a better understanding of the parts that are affected by a particular change that they're about to commit. In the following minutes, we'll describe the steps that are necessary to run change impact analysis with the tool. In the data source configuration selection screen, the developer must specify a repository of a project. The developer can either select an existing repository or enter a new one by clicking the Define New Data Source Configuration button on the top. In this page, the developer can define a new project repository. A repository can be mined from a version control system, and in this screen, the developer provides the version control information. There are three version control types that are currently supported by the web interface: CMVC, RTC, and Git. Going back to the data source configuration selection page, the tool lists the repositories that have already been defined. Let's focus on the Django extensions project. This project is managed in Git and is relatively large. It has over 2,400 commits and 330 contributors. The commands folder inside the Django extensions project contains its core functionality. To mimic a commit, we'll use two arbitrary files. We'll choose the graph models and passwd, which I'll refer to as password file. So, in the seed selection screen, we'll enter the two file names, graph model and passwd, and we'll set the support threshold to 3 and the confidence threshold to 40%, the default values. We can also set a range of dates. Only commits between those dates will be taken. And now let's hit Analyze. This takes a few seconds and generates a recommendation list. The recommendation list represents the top 10 files. This number was chosen as a reasonable number of files for a developer to consume. The tool indicates the confidence that it has with respect to each of the files in the indication column. If the developer selects a file, an explanation lists the set of association rules that point to that recommended file. Let's choose the first file, export_emails.py. Now the tool presents the rules in the explanation panel. The first rule indicates that in 91% of the times that the password.py changed, export_emails.py changed as well, and this occurred in 11 commits. By selecting the Show Me the Evidence button, the developer can view the actual commits from which the rule was derived. For example, if we select the first rule, then we get the list of commits that included the files of export_email.py and password.py. After investigating the commits, the user may decide that some of the file changes need to be filtered out. For this, we define the Configure Exclusion Rules option. To generate an exclusion rule, the user can select the dedicated button. Exclusion rules are regular expressions that are used to filter file changes. So let's try to filter the file that was listed first in the recommendation list that we have just seen. I'll edit as the value, and let's choose equals and the path name. We save and continue, and now since we have the same seed, we can rerun the analysis. We select Analyze, and as you can see, the file was filtered out. We're done presenting most of the functionality of our tool. We intend to extend it by adding other version control and issue tracking system and supporting a wider range of exclusion rules. Thank you for your attention.